Hey guys, Ryan here, or Halogen for Squadron Media, and I'm joined by
Gamertakes44, also known as Jordan.
And today, for our first episode of the Stupidhero show, we will be talking about one of the worst movies I have ever seen. We will be talking about
The Fantastic Four
2015. So this movie starts out, I guess, with them as kids.
Yeah, I still don't understand how he built that entire machine when he's like 8 years old.
Yeah, he's like 8 years old or 10 years old or however old he is. And he was like using 1996 technology in 2007?
I don't know.
What the heck? Oh my gosh.
The sand.
The sand. Oh yeah, so anyway, so eventually him and Ben meet and then they work on this together and then
like
they go
7 years was it?
Yeah, that was just they could have started the movie like that at that point.
Yeah.
And what happens is they're at like some sort of science fair, I guess. I don't know. Science fairs, by the way, are so overused. But they some people come around, you know, his teacher for some reason is still there.
Oh yeah.
Why would he be with his teacher like 7 years later? And then he's walking around. I guess they're like 10 years old because they look like they're 17 now.
Yeah.
And he was just walking around, you know, and they're like, why is he there? And then he disqualifies them, but some guy, I guess, that nobody really cares about comes up to them and says they've done the same thing. And I always found it awkward how they talked about how they weren't ever able to complete it, but they had that sand.
Yeah, because they said they could send stuff to the other dimension, but they couldn't bring it back. And then they said that Reed Richards, was sending all this stuff to the same place because they got the same sample, which was that sand.
How would they even know what sample he got?
I don't know, because they weren't able to bring it back, so how'd they get the sand?
Also, I love it how that airplane just gets ruined. He says nothing's going to happen to it, and the kid's just so mad.
Oh, yeah, he's like, you're a dick or something.
I feel like they're just trying to, like, you know, add profanity to the movie, and it's so stupid. So I guess that Reed gets some sort of scholarship, even though Ben doesn't.
Yeah, well, I guess it was because like Reed came up with it or something. I don't know.
But Ben helped him.
Yeah.
But anyways, we get introduced to some of the other characters. We get introduced to Victor Von Doom, and if people seriously didn't think he was going to be a villain, his last name is Doom.
Yeah.
And also, he's listening to classical music. He's playing video games. There's the shadows. Of course, he's going to be evil. It's the most obvious. And we get Susie or Susan Storm. I don't even care. Terrible character. Bad acting. Just an awful character. All the dialogue with her and Reed is super awkward. Like the 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea is just so cringeworthy. What are your thoughts on Johnny Storm?
Well, there was a certain hey, I don't know if this is supposed to be like all comics or anything because I never read a single Fantastic Four comic or watched a cartoon or anything. But I remember him always having to say, like, flame on.
Yeah.
Whatever, and then he didn't have to do that on this one. And I don't know, to me, it didn't even seem like the flames were, like, animated that well.
Yeah, well, we get there in a bit, but basically what I'm saying is, Johnny Storm? Drag racing? Okay.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
So a lot of people, I guess there's probably going to be some controversy around about Johnny being dark-skinned and then Susie being light-skinned or whatever, Susan. I don't care. But, she was adopted, which they just had to add in there for, like, the racial equality and stuff.
Dr. Storm, we gave you 6 years and millions of dollars, and you gave us nothing. What's different now?
Reed Richards.
So let's skip past the melodrama and the terrible your mom joke, and let's get straight to Planet Zero, or whatever it's called.
I don't even understand that planet. It's just stupid. What was even the point of it? Like, what was it actually? Like, it's just some big rock planet with some sort of, like, kryptonite-looking stuff.
Yeah, they're planning for the DC Marvel crossover with the kryptonite.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Yeah. Okay, first of all, the effects on that planet are terrible.
Junk.
It's terrible. They thought it was so good, but it's so cringeworthy. It was bad. And you know, during, like, the tragedies and all that stuff, I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care about any of these characters. They're all stupid. They're all boring. I mean, Ben maybe a little bit, because they tried to make him all like the sweetheart guy who has a hard life and stuff, but what the heck? I don't care. I don't care about Susie or Susan. I don't care.
I think it's Susan.
Susie. I'm going to call her Susie then. She was just not very good at acting, boring as heck. The villain, of course he's going to be the villain, so I don't care. I don't care. Reed Richards, I don't care. He's just a generic protagonist. That's all he is. He's just a generic guy, you know? Oh my gosh, this movie is so generic that it makes some of the new Marvel movies look creative.
I want you to meet my daughter, Sue.
You want to be famous?
I just want my work to make a difference. Johnny, Reed.
This guy doesn't take orders well.
Yeah, especially from people who say I don't take orders well. Don't let any of these lab coats give you any crap, all right? Well, if I do, I know who to call.
So after the accident on the planet, we get some of the most messed up imagery ever.
Like with Reed Richards?
Yeah, like what the heck?
That was just weird. He's like
That was
stretching
creepy.
everywhere.
It was like a horror movie. Like the thing when Human Torch was burning.
That was messed
Oh
up.
my gosh, what were they even thinking? That was messed up. And then I guess slowly over the years or something, the government can like control their powers and
It's
stuff.
supposed to be a year later.
A year later. I don't really care about this movie because like it's so generic. Like this, I guess, is a spoiler video, right? But there's nothing to spoil. It's so predictable.
Yeah.
And of course, Reed, he's living out in the middle of nowhere. Of course, he's gonna come back, and of course, they're gonna be like, "It's your fault" and stuff. You know the thing. This is the most predictable movie. I could have, before sitting down to watch it, I could have probably sat there and said, "Yeah, there's gonna be a reference 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea." And there's gonna be Doctor Doom is gonna be that guy who plays Assassin's Creed. Well, no, but it was so predictable. This movie, like, I can't even think of a single movie I've seen in a long time that was more predictable. I really can't. Maybe some of those comedy movies that really don't have much to them that are really predictable, like that Paddington Bear movie. Even though a lot of people loved it, it was super predictable. But yes, this movie is seriously over the top predictable. That's like one of the biggest problems of it. You can predict everything that's going to happen. And believe it or not, we're only still talking about the first two acts, where it wasn't actually that bad for the first like 2/3 of the movie.
It was okay.
It was like 4.5, 5 out of 10.
Yeah.
It was just a little below average maybe, but oh boy, we haven't even gotten to the meat of the problems yet.
You guys sure you're in the best shape to be doing this? Yeah. We're good.
Okay, so later on in the movie, I guess we get to the stupid parts.
Where they go back to the Earth Zero or whatever it's called.
Planet Zero, I think.
Okay.
I like Earth 2 better.
Oh yeah, DC. But they go back to Planet Zero and they find what's his name, Doom.
Yeah, Victor Von Doom.
Yeah, and
Of course he's gonna turn evil with that name and that appearance.
Also, I don't get how he was even hurt there or whatever. And they bring him back, and he freaks out with his power, starts like killing people with his mind.
Yeah, well, this gets messed up. Okay, first of all, look at him. Look at that guy. He is one of the stupidest looking villains ever.
Like it was his suit fused with him or whatever. Like
I could not stop laughing when I first saw him, and I guess he starts killing people, and he's way too OP. Are you kidding me? Like one guy has stretching powers, one girl can turn invisible, one guy's a rock monster, and the other one can kill people with his mind and create black holes that threaten the solar system.
Like what the heck?
Like what the heck?
And okay, yeah, he goes back to the Planet Zero. So that's like the fourth time they've been there, or whatever.
Yeah, trust me, like, when they go there, it's like third or something, but when they go there, to Planet Zero, I wanted us to have a power outage, just like all 50 of them that happened in this movie.
Yeah.
Like, I swear to God, the Empire State Building goes out, like, every 2 minutes. But, like...
They go there, though, and they fight him. It was just stupid. Like, remember, it was Mr. Fantastic.
The whole thing was stupid.
He starts fighting Doom, and Doom just destroys him, basically. Oh, no, he actually hurts Doom at one point.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. And then, what is up with when the black hole opens up? There's, like, thousands of people that die. Like, it just shows, like, so many cars just
that's
flying
so
out of
depressing. And then, not only that, but it's a ripoff of pretty much every other superhero movie ever, especially the Avengers.
Yes.
They always have a laser going into the sky.
Also,
It's so stupid.
I don't get how they defeated him. Like,
Just
they hit him into the black hole.
It's clobbering time.
Well, no, they hit him into the black hole, so wouldn't it just send him back to Earth?
What the heck? Nobody's probably setting up for Fantastic Four too.
Yeah, and he's not going to be the full bad guy.
Fant-2-stick.
They're going to bring Galactus back.
It's gonna be directed by Tommy Wiseau, and we're gonna have Silver Surfer played by Nicolas Cage, and we're gonna have Shia LaBeouf as Galactus, and it's gonna be sweet.
I don't even understand what Galactus was on the original.
That was the stupidest thing. I didn't even realize that was Galactus.
I didn't either. It's like a year ago.
Yeah, and like, oh my gosh, that's Galactus. You know, but boy oh boy, so there's just so many problems with this ending. Like, for one, when he's like, "It's clobbering time."
I always hated that.
I always thought that was like one of the stupidest superhero catchphrases. Like, the Thing is probably my least favorite of the Fantastic Four, who might be my least favorite. Well, actually, are my least favorite superhero team of all time. So, this movie, I'm gonna get PTSD for the rest of my life from this movie. This is a terrible viewing experience.
4 have survived. All exhibit unique physical conditions.
Let's talk about the final scene, because you predicted it perfectly.
I predicted it, yeah. And it was like, you remember they were trying to guess what they should be called.
Yeah.
He's like, because there's 4 of us, so we should have a name. And then Ben or whatever, he was like, oh, the Thing. He's like, this is pretty fantastic.
And then they're like, and they're just like, yeah. And then it just goes black.
Oh, yeah.
And then the Fantastic Four thing. Of course that was going to happen. Like, of course it's just going to go black and then show the logo. But it's actually Fant-4-stick. Anyways, on the stupidity meter, 1 being, like, Empire Strikes Back. Not stupid at all. Freaking awesome. It's back there. And then 100 being The Room. What would you rate this movie?
I'm honestly actually close to The Room.
I'm about
It's got
91.
Like
91. Yeah. I was originally going to say 80, but you know something? This is just one of the worst movies ever.
Yeah.
It's not even the fact that it's so stupid. It's just terrible.
Yeah.
It's boring. Sometimes it's really funny how stupid it can be. Like the sand and the villain and stuff. But, God. Okay, I highly recommend never ever watching this movie. This is so far the worst superhero movie we've talked about on this show, and the best, to be fair, because we only talked about one. But as we go along, I'm going to have to watch Batman and Robin.
Again.
Hulk 2003. Superman 4. The Quest for Peace. Spider-Man 3. Oh my God. Batman Forever.
Oh my god.
Oh my God. Oh no. Anyways, guys, we hope you enjoyed this video. This is the first video of this series where we will be talking about some of the worst and most horrendous superhero movies of all time. Boy, this was awful.